In this day and age, man, to beat the Prock car is that's something. So it wasn't even the final round. Their car, Austin got out on me. We figured they were going to run 378. The conditions were there. They went 379 the night before. Jimmy's got such a great handle on that car, obviously, from last year. And Guido, we were still sort of testing. We were doing, people hear us testing, and a lot of times you say, okay, like last year we were testing clutch discs and all these things. We were testing a lot for our partners and some of the same people that were involved in the SCAG Pro Superstar Shootout, Callie's crankshafts, comp cams. Guido was testing fuel pumps and clutch discs for Rob Bonifani and Sleeper Bob at Bonifani Friction. So he was trying to still do that. And what was the coolest part of the whole weekend for me, we had a great test. We were one of the quickest cars every session of testing from Tuesday to Thursday. Qualified pretty well. We ended up top 4. But what was cool was on Sunday race day, we were low ET of every round, had lane choice over Beckman and over Prock and everybody on the grounds when it was hot. And so first round was at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It was hot. It was definitely humid, a lot of water grains in the air. And we went 386. Closest to us, I think, was an 87 by Beckman. And then I think Prock also went 87. So I said in my interview there on Flow, I said, my God, if this is the way Funny Car is going to be this year, our fans are in for another treat. It's going to be throwdown awesome. So, had lane choice over Beckman, ran again another 86 and beat Beckman, and he went 87. I think he was right there. The first round, Daniel Wilkerson went like 88 to our 86. So that was a close one. And then we had the final round. I heard Austin did his interview at the other end. Everybody was saying that he said that they were glad he had lane choice going into the final, but when somebody told us that he didn't have it, we actually had it. Guido joked that he was so used to it from last year, he just assumed that they had lane choice. So I think that got into their brain a little bit. You never know. You got to push guys like Jimmy Prock, and that's the way that you have to have a chance to go up there and not let them run free like they did last year. And so I feel like Guido's hard work over the wintertime, all the hard testing parts that we did this last weekend for our partners and for us was awesome. But those middle of the day runs were the best.
The Tony Stewart thing, you were one of the first people to recognize the significance that was for drag racing. And then here we are at the 1,000th Top Fuel race. It's just been kind of big stuff happening the past few weeks, and you're like getting cranked up now, have won back-to-back 4 wide races.
Yeah, no, those were definitely big wins for Tony Stewart. Being there in the winner circle with him really kind of made our story full circle. We try and do the math last week, and I think I've known Tony for like 20 years now. So raced with him and known him for a while, and for him to get his first Top Fuel win and me be on the other side of it in the Nitro Funny Car, that was really cool. And then, Sean, he was well-deserved to earn the 1,000th win. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. Very talented behind the wheel of those race cars, and it was cool to win with him as well.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, right? In the interest of the WFO listener knowing what is real. And I'm a big believer in don't let the exact truth get in the way of a great story. But like it is often said, and you've answered this on the show, but we'll do it again. It often gets said that Austin Prock drove for Tony Stewart. But is that exactly accurate? Or it's Austin Prock's racing operation was based out of Tony Stewart's shop, which is true.
We raced out of Tony Stewart Racing. It was all of my family's own equipment, but we got a lot of support from them, whether it was parts or any of his sponsors essentially that had product in the shop. We had full access to obviously all the technology in that building. Whether it was the machine shop, fabrication shop, or just technology that they learned over the course of the years, doing it day in and day out. They really shortened up my learning curve and gave me an opportunity to really showcase my talents and my brother's talents and just be surrounded by great people. I always say I wouldn't be in me or my brother, I don't believe, would be in the position we are today without the support of Tony Stewart, many years back.
And you mentioned the 048 light against Justin. I mean, here's the thing that people need to understand about that. As much as I'm proud of that number, I would even be more proud if I could do that every time. Justin can pull off 30s every run. I'm not there yet. I'm still working on it. It's a process. But, the thing about Justin, when you line up against him, and I told Justin this, I said, he has the ability to bring out the best in people. I mean, even Brittany, when Brittany ran him earlier in the day, had like a 056. So, I mean, that's a great light for her as well. So when you go up against Justin, there's something about racing Justin Ashley that brings out the best in the drivers that are going up there with him. So, he's the benchmark. It's him, it's Sean, Doug and Antron. Those are the 4 guys that were ahead of me on average last year consistently throughout the season. And when you can go up there and just be close to those guys, you're proud of that. You're going up against 4 guys that have been in the sport forever and are at the top of their game. So I'm proud of that.
There's no doubt that the competition is tough. We spoke about it last year. I'm sure there'll be some additions to the class. There'll also be some subtractions. But nonetheless, I think that this is the toughest period of time that we've ever had in NHRA Top Fuel Drag Racing. So we have a healthy respect and understanding that the competition is legitimately that good. And I think that brings out the best in us and it brings out the best in everybody. And I think it's great for the fans. But with that being said, I think the best way to manage it is know what our ultimate goal is first. And our ultimate goal is to win the World Championship. That'll never change. That will always be our goal. But then it's about, okay, how do we set up a process to actually reach that goal at the end of the year? And that process for us is by taking it one day, one round at a time. And ironically, even though the competition is so good, not worrying about it. We cannot control what the competition is going to do. We cannot control what they're going to run at any given point in time. What we can control is how well we do and the kind of packages that we put together and how we perform as a team. So for us, it's taking it one day at a time, focusing on the process and knowing that whatever we do on the racetrack and whatever results we have, we'll let the points take care of themselves. I do think one thing that we learned last year is that, obviously these last few years, we've been right in the championship, right at the end. And obviously we want to knock that door down and seal the deal here in 2025. And a big part of that is for us almost making it a 5-race countdown. We'll worry about Pomona when Pomona comes, but we want to position ourselves where, okay, we almost want to have Pomona be the icing on the cake, collect as many points as we can after the Las Vegas race in the fall. So anything after Pomona is almost a bonus. It's definitely a difficult task, but that's kind of our outlook going into 2025.